Hi, I'm Rita Heichenfeld, and welcome to Love Starts in the Kitchen. We're going to start out with two kinds of pasta, regular and whole wheat. The reason is, regular pasta is fine, but whole wheat pasta has lots more good things in it for you. Your body actually absorbs whole wheat pasta slower, so you don't get a rush of carbs. Plus, it has something that regular pasta doesn't have. It has really wonderful nutrients like vitamin E and good things. So if your family's not used to whole wheat pasta though, as I pour it in the pan, you're going to see how nutty it looks and tastes. We're going to mix the two today. It's a great way to introduce your family to whole wheat products. So before we do that, we're going to start with the water. And of course, with pasta, you want to start off with at least a gallon of water for every pound of pasta. You want to bring it to a rolling boil, and this is almost there. So I'm going to add some salt, and I like to salt the pasta from the inside out, and if you use sea salt, you'll use a lot less. And salt the pasta water after it comes to the first boil. That way the salt won't lay down there on the bottom of the pan. Let's start with the regular white pasta. That's called penne, and this is called penne rigate. And the difference between that and this, besides this being whole wheat and brown, is this has little ridges in it, and the sauce is going to stick to this really well. So look at this, see how brown it looks. Now once your family gets used to the whole wheat, you could certainly use whole wheat pasta exclusively. But it took my family a little bit of trying, so we're going to do that. But let's stop here and think about adding things to it. When you have fresh herbs in the garden and you have people in the family who are maybe green challenged, if you add a sprig or two of these herbs into the pasta water, oh my gosh, they'll do their magic. Nobody will know the difference, and then you're good to go. While that's boiling, we're going to make our sauce. One of my most requested sauces, and so delicious. You're going to start out with 1/4 cup of olive oil. Now this is for half a pound of pasta. We are going to share the recipes with you. If you were doing a whole pound, you'd go about a half a cup. If you're watching your fat, you could certainly use less, but remember, olive oil is a healthy oil. It's really good for you, and we need good fats in our diet. So we're going to add some olive oil. And to that, we're going to add some garlic. Oh, to half a pound of pasta, maybe 2 teaspoons. Oh, that smells so good already. We're also going to add a little shake of red pepper flakes. The reason is I like to spice it up. Now, if you are serving children, you might not want to add this in. And red pepper, this is from the cayenne pepper, a little goes a long way. And I want you to see what I'm doing here is I'm sauteing the pepper in the oil. Pepper is fat soluble, which means you get a much better flavor if you add it to your fat rather than waiting till the sauce is cooking and adding it then. So we've got a shake of red pepper flakes, a little garlic, and I think, you know what? I think we need a little more garlic. Okay, there we go. It smells so good already. Now we're going to add some oregano, about a teaspoon or so, and I'm using dry oregano instead of fresh because most of you use dry oregano, and this time of year you may not have fresh. Smells great. Now be careful with garlic because what happens, I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. I'm going to check my pasta. Oh, that's boiling nicely. I'm going to take the lid off. What happens with garlic, it has a lot of sugar in it, natural sugar. So leave the heat down because if you ever had garlic turn black or brown on you, you've got to throw it out. If a recipe says saute over high heat, you're not used to high heat, new pan, new stove, whatever, turn the heat down. It's okay. It just will take a little bit longer to cook. That smells so good. Now, here's our sauce. You're not going to believe how easy this is. 14-ounce can of tomatoes, and you can use crushed or diced. I always say the best tomatoes to use, whatever you have in your pantry. So we're going to use 1 can of those. Beans, kidney beans. Beans pull cholesterol out of your body. They're so good for you. Yes, they're a carb, but they have protein too. They're a good carb. So beans, we all should eat more beans. And what kinds of beans do you use? Whatever you like. Now, what happens if you really don't like beans? Leave them out. It's okay. Usually I use 1 can of beans, but I'm going to use 1 1/2 because I love chickpeas. Great source of calcium. So, and I grew up being Lebanese with chickpeas. We ate them in many, many dishes. Oh my gosh, that smells so good already. Now, here's one other thing I'm going to add just for fun. I should call this like what my friend Kate calls her pasta. It's called must-go pasta. Anything in the pantry that must go, or in the fridge that must go, you throw in the sauce. Stray zucchini from the garden, throw it in. It's really add some color. Remember, when we cook by color, we add lots of good nutrients. Okay, this is going to cook. Oh, that smells so good. And by the time the pasta's done, this sauce is going to be done. And then we're going to add some fresh greens to it just to augment it. We're going to top it with some Parmesan cheese. It's going to be fabulous. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get some fresh greens ready for the pasta sauce. This is spinach. Now, you can add anything that you have from the garden, or again, look in that vegetable bin. You know those mixed baby greens that we make our salads from? They're great in this. And you want to put the fresh greens in at the last 5 minutes. The reason is they don't take that long to cook, and you want some crispness still to be there. But already, doesn't this look beautiful, just like this? And the natural heat from the pan is going to wilt these greens just perfectly. So we're going to turn this off. Here's the pasta. And by the way, 1 pound of pasta grows. And again, it takes about 10 minutes to cook. And all I did was I just drained it. And I don't think you can see the water. Always leave a little bit of water left in your pan. It helps thin out the sauce and it keeps the pasta separate. So a little bit more. And I think we are ready to go with our sauce. So here we go. If you see, look at all that good stuff. Talking about cooking by color. Just going to pour it on top. Yum. Gilding the lily. We're going to put a little Parmesan cheese on it. If you like mozzarella, you could do that. I mean, what is not to love right here? You could put it in a big bowl and mix it up. I like to do salads and pastas on platters. Really very simple. It's called Rita's Vegetarian Pasta Fagioli. It's a great dish for yourself, your family, or casual entertaining.